Well, this has been one of the hardest metas for me to crack in a long time. But after hours and hours and hours of losing, I think we finally got something for you guys. I think we finally got something for you guys. Cue the intro. Let's talk about it. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video today. I really do appreciate it. In today's video, we have a GRIXIS control list for you guys. This was a lot of fun, and I think we found something that's pretty powerful that can hold its own on the ladder. So before we jump into this though and start talking about the deck list and the cards that we run here and then get into some gameplay footage, I do encourage you, there are some links in the description below. We have a fairly active Discord that if you want to go ahead and join, the links down below, as well as some other social medias down there, as well as the Twitch when we go live every single Wednesday. So be sure to click on those links and give those things a follow. I'd really appreciate it. Also, we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and we are getting really close thanks to your guys' help and support. And you guys have been absolutely awesome and killing it at the subscription. So be sure to subscribe. That way you're notified whenever we post a video, because we do try to get out at least 1, 2, if not 3 videos a week for you guys whenever I can get those out. So be sure to subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss out on any future deck lists in the future. I think I said future twice, but there we go. We said it again. All right, let's talk about it. We have, starting this off, Bloodchief's Thirst. I guess before talking about the cards that we run, let's talk about this, the whole goal and idea of this deck. So basically I kept losing on the ladder repeatedly over and over again, trying to build some like really fun creative decks for you guys, but this meta is so sweaty that it's just not working out. I can't get anything janky to work at all. I tried some mono white devotion, mono black devotion, and I was getting my butt whooped, and I said, you know what, screw it, let's get back to the roots. Let's get back to what we know works, and that's control, and pure control, where basically the idea behind this deck is we're going to be trying to contain our opponent with counter spells and removal spells as long as we possibly can to get to a very heavy top end that can win games in dramatic fashion. So how we're going to do that, like I said, is a ton of containment spells, which you can see here on the low end, that are going to do that for us to get us here where we want to win our game with 4 Shark Typhoons and 2 Ugins. So Ugin has been a pain in my neck for a long time as far as getting absolutely destroyed by it. It's such a difficult card to deal with if it resolves onto the battlefield. And so I thought, why not run a couple Ugins myself? But I did want to do the Shark Typhoon as our main win con here, and that's why we have 4 of these as opposed to just 2 Ugins. Shark Typhoon's a little more versatile. We can actually cycle this away for those really like crunch time moments where we need to produce a blocker potentially, or remove something off the battlefield by surprise ambush blocking it. Or we could play this as its own Shark Typhoon enchantment and create a bunch of little sharks that just can kind of never end and overwhelm our opponent. And we're all familiar with Ugin, so no need to really go too much into here, but it is a really nice board wipe option for the -X. So this is a really cool sweeper card that we typically would use this for, and the +2 is always solid as well, just kind of dealing 3 damage to face or any other creatures that may want the smoke. So we got 2 of those. So with Shark Typhoon, it works really well with our deck because our deck is full of instant and sorcery spells which trigger our Typhoon to create more sharks. Kicking it off, we got 4 Bloodchief's Thirst. This is a new card, but I think we're all familiar with it by now. Basically, it has a kicker on it. You can destroy any target creature with converted mana cost 2 or less, or you can kick it for any creature or planeswalker on the battlefield. So very strong card. Only downside is its sorcery speed, which kind of stinks, but that's still pretty good to be able to deal, you know, with anything really on the board that you want to. Up next, we have Spikefield Hazard. This is a dual land, basically a land that produces a spell on the other side of it, and the instant side of it is 1 mana, and it basically deals 1 damage to any target. And if it's a creature, it will exile the card instead of actually just sending it to the graveyard, which means no exit the battlefield abilities, which is awesome. Up next, Frantic Inventory. This is a new card that, not new, but this is a new card I've personally been running that I find to be very useful, especially in a deck like this, because if you can get 1 Frantic Inventory off and find another one, the value is really strong, because after you play the first one, you actually get to take 2 cards the next time you play it. Also, something to think about. This meta is full of mill decks that just continuously mill your deck away. So if you have Frantic Inventories in the graveyard and you happen to have one in your hand, you get to draw multiple cards off of it. So really good card to keep in your decks at all times, especially if you're running control. Disruption. Disruption's another really great card because not only does it act as blue mana, you can actually use this as an instant as well to counter any spell. If your opponent taps out for something on a curve, this is a really nice counter spell just to kind of get that to not resolve. But it is really cheap for them to resolve it with only having to pay one additional mana to get it to resolve. So you do actually have to use this when your opponent actually taps completely out for their resources. And now we have Negate 4. This was a audible I threw in. I had 3 negates in here and 3 Essence Scatter to start it off, but then I realized after playing the deck and testing it, we have so much actual removal in this deck from the board state. So if the creature does resolve on the battlefield, we have ways to remove it off the battlefield. So much so that we didn't need the Essence Scatters. So I went ahead and opted in for 4 negates here, just for those other big plays, because we did actually run into Omnath quite a bit, and we were able to negate ultimatums. You can negate the Escape to Wilds, those big top end plays that I was talking about, like Ugin, and we can actually say, not today, sir. Kick rocks, you know. So negate 4 of, really nice. Also a really nice card, Agonizing Remorse. This card is fantastic right now in the meta because, again, we can proactively attack their hand and take away things that the negate can hit that are really dangerous. Those big top end plays, or we can even go after like the Omnath. We can go after anything. Agonizing Remorse is a fantastic card. The only downside is, you know, Uro's no longer in the meta, so if you do miss in the hand and it just happens to be a handful of land, you can exile something from the graveyard. Typically not that important anymore in the meta with Uro being gone, but still pretty cool card. Up next we have Blitz. So Blitz is a sweet card too because it actually works really well, just like the inventory basically, which whenever you have instant or sorcery cards in the graveyard, this card becomes more powerful. Starting the game off, it's a 0. It basically does nothing. But for 2 mana, you can remove something off the field and deal endless amounts of damage depending on how many instants and sorceries we've actually played. This could actually get upwards to 10 damage per thing you want to hit, you know, creature or planeswalker, and whatever you hit, it exiles. So exiling effects are huge, and this deck does a lot of that because we don't want our opponent to be able to trigger a bunch of multiple events when their creatures die, and also we don't want them returning to the battlefield, which there's a lot of that going on too right now. Up next we have Shatterskull Smashing. This is another incredible card. This one I think is one of the better mythic land cards where it has a dual side of a sorcery. The sorcery side of this is actually you can deal up to X amount of damage split 2 ways between creatures, which is really nice. If you spend more than 6, you can actually double that damage. But this is a really nice way to remove things, especially if you're up against, let's say, rogues, or up against mono red where a lot of things have 1 toughness. You can play this for 4 mana, remove 2 creatures off the battlefield. Very nice little sweeper effect. Up next we have 3 Bonecrusher Giants. Bonecrusher Giant is a staple in a lot of control decks, especially ones that run red. So this one everyone's very familiar with it. You got the adventure side for dealing 2 damage, and then you also have the creature side, which if they target this creature, deals 2 damage to their face, which you'll see comes in really clutch for us a few times. Negate, you know, stops anything from removing the giant, and the giant still deals 2 to the face. You gotta love it. Beautiful combo, beautiful synergy. Up next we have 3 Extinction Events. 3 Extinction Events. This card is awesome because obviously it sweeps the board. If you're up against Boros Cycling, this card is amazing. I actually play tested it early on with not such a great deck. It wasn't tuned perfectly yet, and we had 4 Extinction Events, and we ran into a lot of Boros Cycling, and they drop a ton of 2-drops, and so being able to sweep the board is really nice. Also, Adventure plays a ton of 3-drop creatures, so you can actually go after the odds and destroy a what's it called? You destroy an Adventure deck really easily. So that is the deck though, guys. Like I said, the idea is to control the board state as long as you can, take away all their big plays, don't allow them to get much off, and then once the late game hits, you got heavy Typhoons, you got Ugin to just absolutely end the game in spectacular fashion. The land base, we do have 2 castles of each type, Vantress and Locthwain. That way we can keep scrying and drawing the cards that we need. That way we can keep feeling our hand. And then the land base I chose to go with is I've got 2 islands, 3 swamps, 1 mountain, 2 Clearwater and Murky Water pathways. I'm sorry, 4. I'm 4 of those. 2 Temple of Deceits, and then 4 of the other pathways of Riverglide and Riverglide, and then 2 Temple of Malice. So that right there is a deck in a nutshell, guys. I hope you guys really enjoy this list. I had a lot of fun playing it. I do want to give a quick disclaimer. One of the games in the middle of the second game, they do end up roping us, and we win through a conceding of some sort of roping, but still, we got the W, and I do believe we were on the path to victory, but it was such a long game that I decided to keep it in there. So just a heads up on that one. It's still an exciting game. There was, I don't know why they would have roped us to conceding, but they did, and it happens. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoy this gameplay footage coming up at the end. If you're still sticking around, we'll talk about how it played, maybe some ideas that we can come together with and figure out changing some things here and there to make it run a little bit smoother or even better. But let's talk about that at the end. Let's get to the gameplay footage. I hope you guys enjoy. Peace. All right, here we go. We're playing some GRIXIS control today. I have a pretty good feeling about this one. I feel like it's been a while since I played some GRIXIS, which is awesome because I've been wanting to play GRIXIS now for quite some time. This is not an ideal hand. We'll keep it though. We'll keep it. We'll drop the Vantress first because we may draw into some other sort of land base next turn. So we may not need the Fabled Passage to be cracked. Anyways, yeah. So we've been working on a lot of different decks lately. I had a mono white devotion deck that I was working on that revolved around Hoplite as a token generator, which was pretty sweet, I thought. And unfortunately for us, it wasn't getting the job done. And because of that, I switched over to maybe some mono black devotion. That wasn't working either. So I just went ahead and I binned the whole idea together, all together, and decided that I would just switch to something that everyone's kind of playing at the moment. That's really good, but try to put my own spin on it, of course, because I want to get you guys some decks that are actually good and can compete on the ladder. I have a lot of cool ideas, but they always somehow turn out to be pretty janky, and just they don't compete. And I want to make sure that I don't give you guys some decks that just don't compete. Unless, of course, you guys want to see that done on maybe like the play queue. But for the most part, I prefer watching Magic streamers and video content creators that make videos where their decks are actually competing on the ladder. I think it's a lot more interesting that way, to be completely honest. All right, we're going to go for the Agonizing Remorse. It bumps up our Blitz, which is nice. Ooh, that's something. Shepherds are probably the most dangerous card, though, to be honest. Shepherds probably the most dangerous. Just past turn, I could end up cycling this to flash in a blocker to kill the freebooter eventually. That's fine. I mean, it's not fine. None of this is fine, but we got off to a little bit of a rough start, I can't lie. Let's go ahead and just take the damage for now. My turn. What do we want to do here? Let's just drop this for now, and this can probably become red more than likely, but just in case, you never know. And then pass the turn, we can flash this in for a three flyer, killing the freebooter, or we can kill the I can't ever say that word. Ayara. Yeah, maybe kill the Ayara. That's probably good. 1, 2, 3. Flash this in, get ourselves a shark, draw a card. That's awesome. That kills the freebooter. Perfect. Bang bang. Let's see. Like I said, the stomp kills the freebooter. This is a 1. Do we care about the freebooter more than we care about the Artisan, because the Artisan does get big if we kill the freebooter. It comes to 3/3, which isn't ideal. Maybe we just worry about the freebooter later. No, we kind of need the card. We kind of need the Shark Typhoon back. Plus, it'll you know, incentivize them not to attack. If I play this though, this becomes bigger. So maybe there's a world where I play these two back to back to kill the Artisan. We'll see. But we have a big shark out here. They do deal with it pretty fast. Murderous Rider though can be negated, and I don't foresee a lot of cards in their deck being negatable. So negate's pretty good here. If they swing in, that's fine. We have options here, so I'm gonna go here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do this as well. You know what we should have done there? That was a mistake. I should have had the block happen first, then killed it with the Blitz. That way it got exiled. So that was a mistake. Keep that in mind. Play this outright. We're going to take 2 to the face, which is not great right now at the moment, but we could generate a lot of shark tokens. Maybe just play this and say go for now. Keep the Blitz a mystery. Scorpion, not great. That deals damage pretty much regardless, which is not fun. Unless we can exile it with our Extinction Event, which would be nice if we could find. My turn. We can start scrying now, which is great. Pass turn. See what they want to do. They might go wide here because they know they can get that Scorpion damage across regardless. But if they do go wide, I'm going to Blitz the Timuret. So once they get out their Shepherd, right now, it's going to be a problem. Okay, that's a 3. Okay, so maybe we flash in a Shark for 3. Let me see. I'm gonna have to do some math here, guys. I'm gonna have to do some math. Yep, they go in with everybody, which we anticipated on. So we hold up 1, 2. So then we got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. So this can come in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Confirm. This comes in for 4. All right. This kills this, exiling it. Okay, and that leaves you to die and you to die. Perfect. Feeling good. Feeling strong. Coming in hot. Bang, bang. And then we could scry and start drawing some cards if need be. We would take some damage, which is not ideal, but it's good to know we have it if needed. They're just gonna... Can they take that? I mean, it's a land technically. Probably not, right? No, they can take it. Okay. Any card, huh? Land included. That actually helps us though, because we can actually draw a card now. I didn't mean to put a stop there. Okay. No attacks. Do we have enough to scry? So 1, 2, 3, 4 to scry and then draw a card. Okay, yeah, we can do that. Scry. That's pretty good. Shark Typhoon's pretty strong. We can cycle again. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. And we can draw a card now while we just... That way we don't take as much damage down the road. Negate's not strong here, to be honest. Not very strong. Let's fly over the top. If they want to block with the booter, we get a card back. So they're probably not going to want to do that. And it'll also entice them to maybe swing in and go wide on me, which I'm also all for, because we can cycle again. All right, cool. So the freebooter is going to come back and steal our negate. Or actually, maybe not. Yeah, no, that is what would happen. Never mind. All right, Timuret would come back too, which they can exile cards and gain life, but that's it. So that's not super strong. I'm curious to see what they're gonna do here. Freebooter comes in for what they think is 1 free damage. We're gonna cycle for a big shark here. 3, 6, 7. Big shark coming in hot. We get our counter spell back, but they also get the freebooter back, so they're gonna take the negate. I mean, I would, right? Yeah, take the negate, even though for them that actually doesn't do much. All right, so we're gonna play the land. Frantic Inventory strong, going in for lethal here, so they're gonna have to block these. How are they going to block these? Are they going to block the 7/7 with the freebooter probably, and then trade off with the shepherd, or even let the 4/4 go across and have the shepherd available for an attack? That's something they can do, and that would put me down to 2. Maybe I shouldn't have swung in both here. They take the 7. Interesting. Let's try to draw something here and see if we can find something good. That's pretty solid, but that's a sorcery speed card. Ugh. Okay. Probably should have done that pre-combat. Let's go ahead and do it though. Let's go for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no. Cancel. Ooh, that was almost bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. They should have actually done that. The game should do that for us if it knows, hey, that's not going to kill it. Maybe they meant to do it this way. Kind of like the auto tapper. They should have done something like that. All right. We got a disruption. We got a negate. We got lethal on the board. So they have to draw. They have to absolutely top deck something here. And they do, but it's not good enough. So here's the scoop, I'm assuming. They're going to gain life, actually. They have some life gain here. Not enough, though. Definitely not enough. There's a scoop. GG's, what a game, man. What a game. Up against Mono Black Devotion. Like I said, I couldn't get that deck to win, so that would have felt bad if they got me with that. All right, here we go. We're back with game number 2, GRIXIS Control. Not the typical GRIXIS you're used to, but GRIXIS Control nonetheless. This is not a hand. This is not the hand, Chief. We're definitely gonna have to mulligan this one, but I am really scared to mulligan. I've been not having luck there, but we do find some good stuff. I like it. You know what? Keep the Ugin. We may not see it again, so I'm gonna keep it. Could be a bad keep. We're up against Luris, which is a removal spell city, so gonna keep that. Let's go for Temple of Malice here. Mountain, I mean, we do need some lands, but we have a lot in hand right now, so we'll find lands eventually. We need the lands to cast Ugin, and I think Ugin's gonna be a big player here, so hopefully we're not up against some counter spell stuff, though. That would really suck. It'd also suck if they start milling us when we look at the top of our deck. Bloodchief's Thirst here, but I don't really mind the Wind Robber at the moment. It's not, yeah, we'll need another Bloodchief's for sure. For sure. Oh, we lose it though. What am I saying, dude? I just said that we're gonna lose it because of the milling. What am I saying? That's unfortunate. We should have played the Swamp and Agonizing Remorse there. Big fail. Big fail. No worries. Bloodchief goes to the bin. Not good. Yes and yes. Let's find out what we got here. What are we dealing with? Oh, a couple eliminates, a counter spell. Definitely want to get rid of the counter spell. The eliminates don't scare me. They only hit target creatures or planeswalkers with converted mana cost 3 or less. We don't play any but Bonecrusher Giant. Not a big deal. Yeah, so we're good. We got to watch out for them though against our sharks. So we probably want to hard cast our Shark Typhoons. That way we can keep generating multiples. All right, Frantic Inventory is pretty solid here. Wouldn't mind just getting rid of one of these. Bloodchief's Thirst actually is way more important though to hit Luris of the Dream Den. So let's just hang on to it. Say go. Hang on, say go. Negate something if they want to play, you know. I don't know. We're not really up against the strongest deck, I feel like, here. We're not in any immediate threats. I don't like that they're going to be able to draw cards off of both of those, though, eventually, which is kind of annoying. Let's draw before they mill us. Hopefully we hit something good here and it was worth it. Oh, Negate. I wish they would have milled that. And what do we lose here? The last card that hits the graveyard would have been the one we would have got. We would have got a Castle Locthwain. That kind of stinks. We kind of needed that. Shark Typhoon, super strong. 3, 4, 5. Can't hard cast it yet. Still waiting for that Luris to come down for our Bloodchief. We can keep taking the 1. Not the end of the world. We could cycle one of these in though to block. Let's do that. Let's cycle a Shark in here to block, and then our opponent is going to have to... They're not going to be able to get a card off of it because we don't have 8 in the graveyard yet. Right? Am I reading that right? Yes, so that's fine. But they might eliminate it on the block. There's a good chance they could eliminate this on the block. Cycle for 3. This might be a bad cycle. I feel like we need to hit the land, and we do hit it now finally. Okay, they do run it into it without actually playing the eliminate, so they don't get a chance to draw a card off of it. That's perfect. Well, would you look at that? You ask, you shall receive. No counterspell, please. Okay. For one split second, I thought we were toast there. Thank goodness. It resolved. It resolved. This could have been a highly misplayed game, but I feel like we're playing it to the best of our ability at the moment. They're looking to get back their Wind Robber with the Luris finally, which is what we've been wanting. So we can Bloodchief's Thirst it once they play it, which they could play it now if they want to. Those little 1/1 shots are finally starting to get to us, which feels bad. Let's see, we got 4, 5, 6. This will be 7. Looking to Bloodchief's Thirst on the next play. That kind of stinks though, because they're gonna get the Luris down and another Wind Robber down. Oh well. Now I'm curious to know, if I kick this, do I actually get a Shark that's 4 toughness and everything, or not? All right, the Wind Robber. We might be able to get down an Ugin here. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we draw into a land, we can actually get the Ugin down and just exile everything. That's a big play. Yeah, that's a huge play. So let's go ahead and scry and make sure we hit the land, and then Ugin. I think that's the play. They're going to be able to draw off of it, though. And if this is a counter, I'm going to cry. Please, for the love of God, don't be a counter. I'm so serious. I would definitely cry. You don't want to see a grown man cry making a Magic YouTube video, do you? It's definitely... I don't know. No, I was going to say it's definitely instant speed, but these are also instant speed, so could be registering that they have priority because of those 2 cards. And because they can draw cards now, that's also priority. So not too much to look into there. Wonder what's happening. Wonder what we're waiting on exactly. Give them the old hello, see if they're awake. Hopefully they didn't disconnect, because I feel like we were about to start changing the tide here. Once we got Ugin out, if we get Ugin out, we're going to be able to -3, clear their side of the battlefield. Everything goes to exile, which is a beautiful thing. 2 cards that essentially don't do anything once that's done. And it all comes down to this last card, what it could possibly be. If it's a counterspell, like I said, GG's, they probably got me. But if it's not, we might be okay. I mean, not might. We most likely will definitely be okay. Sorry if I end up keeping this into the video. I don't like being roped just as much as the next guy, but it does happen, unfortunately. Let's see, 7 minutes into the video. I'm gonna go ahead and make an edit here, I think. All right, super unfortunate. Our opponent ended up roping out and conceding. Again, I'm going to keep this in the video just because I don't have a whole lot of time to record. I feel bad, but we were probably going to win this game. Like I said, get down Ugin -3. The battlefield's empty. And then we have a couple negates to stop sort of the big plays that they have. Bloodchief's Thirst to deal with Luris if they did counter Ugin. So we had options. But yeah, that's the game, unfortunately. That's the way the cookie crumbles. All right, game number 3. Man, I feel so bad that happened. I was hoping to get that game through for you guys. And again, we've been, let me give you guys a little backstory. I think I might have said it in game 1, but we've been trying to put together a couple decks now for a while, like a handful, and it just hasn't been working out. And I wanted to get a third video last week to you guys, wasn't able to do it. So unfortunately, short on time to edit and create these videos this week. So we're probably going to keep that last game in there just so you guys can see. I hope you got the idea and the gist of it though. We definitely, I'm pretty confident saying we would have won that last game. You never know with Magic, but that one in particular felt like it was pretty much a foregone conclusion. Up next, what are we up against? What are we up against? Some blue action. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's go into the hand and see what they got going on here. I would have liked to scry there, but I think it's important to get this early. 2 Teferis and an Erebos. Okay, well, Erebos is probably going to be no good for them there, here. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a very good card here against us. Wish we can get that other Teferi out of their hand, though. Could destroy it with our kicked Chief. Drop the Spike for sure, because we're going to need some red mana soon. I'm glad we pulled that. Temple here, hopefully templing to something pretty big. We can kill a Teferi. They're going to get 1 turn with it, though, which is kind of unfortunate. It gives a lot of value in 1 turn. 2 cards is very good value for 1 turn. This person has the same sleeves as the last person. I hope we're not playing the same person. That would not be cool. I don't actually pay attention to their names most of the time, so you never know. Wait, were they Dimir? They were Dimir, but they had Aluris. Yeah, they had Aluris. Doesn't look like they're going to run a whole lot of creatures, so I'm going to go ahead and keep that to the bottom. Say go. We could stomp if we need to. Man, tired of seeing this rope here. Tired of seeing this all day. Come on now, guys. We're trying to make a video here. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful day out there, though, man. This the love on the channel has been absolutely incredible. I just wanted to give you guys a quick shout out and say thank you. I always like to take a step back and just say thank you guys, because it is something I do want to do in the future, is just continue making videos for you guys and actually doing it as a career path of some sort. So the fact that you guys allow me to do that and it's growing now, you know, obviously we're not quite there yet, but we're getting there, and I feel the love. So I just want to say thank you guys. That's all. Just want to say thank you. Really appreciate each and every one of you. Everyone who hits the subscribe button. What is with the eliminates? I feel like we are up against the same person. This is weird. Gonna go ahead and kill Teferi here. They're gonna get a +1 again off of it, which is not fun for us. They're hanging on to the Erebos though, so that's good. I hope they keep that. Keep the Erebos in hand. Yes, please do. That could have killed our Ugin, that Bloodchief, so that's good. Good thing we got rid of that. Don't need that. Looking for Ugin now. Looking for Ugin. Looking for those big plays. Maybe some counterspell magic, because we're going to have a Shark Typhoon coming down here pretty soon. And there's our Ugin. No counter, no counter, no counter, no counter, no counter. No counter. No counter spell, please. Oh, boy. Oh, thank goodness. Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ. That was probably the worst play I could have made. Could have easily ran that into a counter spell, but based on what I've seen, I gambled and it paid off. So, oh my goodness, double Shark Typhoons. That's not fun. Not fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna drop this here now because it's gonna come in tapped. Say go. Say go. And what's great about this is I got Ugin now, so I can actually exile the tutelage. It's a removal basically for the tutelage. Wow, they hit every other Shark Typhoon. That is so savage. All right, what's great here is I can actually stomp the Teferi and then attack with our 2/2 next turn with the flyer. And ooh, you know what? They're gonna be 5 loyalty though once they plus. That may not be the play. Might just need to exile it with the other Teferi's tutelage. So minusing 4. So let's just stomp the face then. Might as well. I don't see another target that we're going to be able to get off. So let's go ahead and just stomp the face. Because like I said, if we stomp here for 2, their loyalty goes down to 2. And we can swing in, but they're just going to plus it. So what we're going to do is that. And then we're going to drop an Ugin. And just exile the Teferi altogether. Probably need some more red. Only have 1 mana up, so we're not gonna get countered. Not getting countered here. There goes the +1 that we expected. And now be sure to get your attack in with your 2/2 shark before you do the exile, because we will be exiling our sharks, unfortunately, because we do have an 8/8 shark. So like I said, very unfortunately, we would have loved to have that 8/8 shark. I could have attacked Teferi also. That could have been another line and +3 on it. But I do want to get rid of the tutelage as well. That could be a big problem down the road. So want to make sure we get rid of both. I think that's a better investment. Getting rid of both of these for my 8/8 shark it's just an investment is all. Now we have the board state right now. The board state is completely ours. Unless they have some sort of removal, which they did. Unfortunate. That's all right. We can still draw cards like crazy, which is good. Bloodchief's Thirst is strong. Let's go here. Do we have enough to scry and hit this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we do. We have enough. Look at that. Don't need any more land. And then we'll draw on our end step. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll draw on the end step. Ay. That was really heartbreaking that we lost to Ugin there with the Bloodchief's Thirst. Guess we could have seen that coming, huh? Look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal an instant sorcery card from one of them. Put them in your hand. Put the rest bottom of your library. Okay. What did they grab? They grabbed inventory? Okay. Inventory for 0, though, so not super strong yet. How many inventories do we got in our graveyard? Just 1? Let's draw a card. They still sitting on some instant speed stuff. Could be the intervention that's triggering that. Okay, beautiful. So let's end step our inventory. That way we get a shark. We can swing in with our shark, start doing some damage. We draw 2 cards, which is a beautiful thing. Didn't want to play the giant there because we might need a scry and all that good stuff this turn. Oh, you know what? I should have scried first. Oh boy, I'm on one today, guys. Sorry. The brain is fried. I know you guys are seeing one video here that you're like, oh man, he's on his 3rd game. What's his deal? Been trying to get a video to you guys for a long time this week. Tough week. Okay, they're gonna return that to my hand, huh? Okay, counter spell. Okay. And ability. Wow. Okay, they did a number there on us. They did a number on us there. Okay. I wonder if we want to cycle this now for 1 big shark and try to get the win off of it that way, but I don't know if that's the play. Don't know. Probably not. Probably want to get it back out on the field, if I'm being completely honest, because there was our negate. Okay, so yeah, we're definitely getting this back out on the field. We have a negate now to protect it from another Sublime Epiphany. If they want to try to pull that card again, we can always negate it. So how do we want to do this? Just end turn here? Probably, yeah. That kind of stinks though. We lost our Frantic Inventory, which would have drawn us 2 cards. That could have been pretty big for us. Ooh, that's, yeah, I can't unfortunately have that on the battlefield. So much for protecting our Shark Typhoon, huh? We can't have that on the battlefield. It just cannot happen. Digging for another instant sorcery speeds card. There's the Sublime Epiphany. Oh boy. Absolutely destroying us right now. Okay, we're gonna drop this in for blue. Scry 2. Auto tap, yes. Agonizing Remorse could be good here. Wouldn't mind seeing that actually, yeah. Do we have enough to go in for it? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2. Yeah, we have enough to do it, and then Agonizing Remorse right now, right? Yes, we do. Okay, I did that right. I did that right. Yep, for sure. Get in there, Shark. Get in there. Say what's up. Show 'em who's the boss. We're the boss. That's right. I like their idea though. I like the deck's idea. You know, it kind of has some milling action. It's like a slow mill with a lot of control cards. So they're trying to control us until they get to the mill. That's kind of cool. It's different for sure. A lot of creature, you know, destroying cards, which unfortunate for them, we don't have a whole lot of creatures other than our Typhoon. So we're going to continue generating value. So even if they Extinction Event us, which they're probably going to down the road, we just keep generating more and more sharks. It's just never ending. Never ending Sharknadoes, man. Shout out to anyone who's seen Sharknado. I haven't. I wish I did. My fantasy football team used to be called the Sharknadoes. I thought it was a pretty funny name. But yeah, I never seen the movie. Heard it was pretty bad. Heard it was pretty bad. Man, what is with our opponents roping us today, guys? I'm so sorry. So sorry. Trying to stay positive, but they're starting to really get on my nerves. May have to make an edit here again. Hey, and we're back. All right, so they're actually gonna play with some magic. So let's see. Are they really back, or are they just saying that? Okay, they are back. Let's go. Maybe they stepped away to go pee. This is a long game. Can't lie, kind of a long game. What are they gonna do? Are they going to throw down the Extinction Event now, or are they gonna spot removal these sharks? Looks like they're gonna go for Erebos. Okay, just trying to gain some life. Not a bad play. Not a bad play going for some life gain. I can respect that play. Slowing me down a little bit. Are they going to do it though? Oh boy. What a nightmare of opponents we got today, huh? What a nightmare. All right, we got a negate. Let's go. Let's draw a card. I'm gonna draw a card here. Another negate. Beautiful. Just gonna hold up my my negates then. Let's go ahead and go in with our 2/2, and then we'll be going in for 6 damage now, negating everything that comes out, and negating any of the removal spells. That's fine. You can have as many cards as you want. But the moment you try to Extinction Event, we're gonna go ahead and negate that. Create another 2/2. Oh, that's not good. That's definitely not good. So we are open now to some spot removal. I mean, we have another negate, but I don't want to use it on anything other than the Extinction Event. I was hoping to negate some spot removal and negate the Extinction Event, but they gave me no choice there. I'm not allowing the Lithoform to resolve. This could copy other spells and abilities, which could mill us even faster, or it could even double up on the you know, the eliminations or whatever it may be. Can't have that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage on board. Could be 10 damage on board. All right, they're going after the Bonecrusher. So if I do this, that's 2 more damage. Okay, yeah. I'm definitely negating this. We might actually be able to get lethal here. That's 2 damage. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Not quite, not quite. Not quite there. All right, let's go ahead and do this though. All right, draw a card. Hit me with another negate. Come on now. Come on now, Skip. These are both sorcery speeds, so let's just go ahead and scry now. Might as well. I know we're kind of showing our hand here by doing that, but it is what it is. That's pretty strong. We can hit something. Actually, that's not very strong. I shouldn't have kept that. Shoot. They don't have money. They don't have any creatures, so that was kind of pointless, actually. There's like no creatures in this deck. It does have a. They do have planeswalkers, so it could be hit our Teferi. Extinction Event coming in hot. We saw that coming. We swing in for 4 here though, and if they want to target the Bonecrusher Giant with the Bloodchief's Thirst, that's 2. Is that what they're gonna do? They're digging. Still could hit us. They could still definitely go for that Bloodchief's Thirst. I really wish I wouldn't have done that with this card. They're gonna gain life. Oh no. Oh no. 23 cards versus our 28 cards, so they're actually closer to being milled than us, and they're the mill deck. That's good. That's very good. Thanks for everybody that's just hanging with me right now. I really appreciate it. I appreciate every single one of you just kind of hanging out with us today. It's kind of been some weird games. Some people really taking their time with their plays. But overall, I think you guys are getting the gist of the deck and the idea of this deck. It's a really, really good deck, man. It's does a really good job of controlling. You know what I should have done there? I should have had the Ugin and the Agonizing Remorse switched there, because we could have actually played the Agonizing Remorse. Feels bad, man. Anyways, yeah, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I know these games, you know, have been pretty long today, so. You know what I could do, actually? Hold the phone. Actually, no, I can't. Never mind. That was silly. I don't know why I thought of that. I thought, oh, I'll swing in for 4 here, target my Bonecrusher and deal 2 to them that way, but it actually would deal 2 damage to me, so. Yeah, it would have done 2 damage to me. I thought I was so slick there, guys. I was like, oh, I'm so slick. Look at this. This is going to be a sick play. But unfortunately, that's not the case. As long as they don't have a counterspell in hand, Ugin comes in, deals that final 3 damage, and we win the game. So what's good about that is we actually have Agonizing Remorse to go into the hand and find it. Oh, I forgot. They have the health. They got the life gain. That's so unfortunate, man. How much life is that? That's 10. 10. Oh my goodness. Check this out. 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 GG's. Let's go, guys. I think. Okay. I think. So let me explain what just happened there, because I know some of you might already know, but some of you might be like, wait, he didn't need to do that. I don't know if I needed to do that, because what happened is they targeted my Bonecrusher Giant, which would have dealt 2 damage to them regardless. I think they would have died on the spot. But just in case that X triggered and they actually did gain that life at the same time and they didn't die, I went ahead and I killed my own Bonecrusher Giant. That way it resolved on top before the Erebos had a target to actually negative XX on. So just to be safe, we just double assured ourselves that we were going to win that game. Let's go. All right, that's the games, guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video today. I know the gameplay footage was a little bit different than what we're used to. A lot of weird roping situations going on. Not as clean of victories as I would have liked to showcase. But I do have faith in this deck. I do have faith that it's good enough to be on the ladder, and you guys can make some runs up the ladder with it. I personally really enjoyed it. I liked it. I always, you know, GRIXIS is like kind of my main love. I love GRIXIS. It's one of my, it is my favorite color scheme. It used to be Esper, but I think I'm leaning more towards GRIXIS these days. I love everything about this deck and what it can do. I love how well it controls the board. I love the top end Shark Typhoons. I wasn't a big fan of this card early on, but lately it's been coming into its own for me, and I really enjoy it. And I love how it synergizes really well with the fact that we run a ton of instant and sorcery cards to generate multiple sharks. But I personally wouldn't change much on this deck. I've already done that. I've changed quite a bit on it, honestly, to keep tuning it and losing it until we finally found something that was like solid and made sense and could win. Mostly the land base, that was the trickiest part for me. I would definitely suggest running it this way, because that was the hardest part for me when building this deck, is the land base. But I think we've got it dialed in pretty smooth here. Maybe I think the only card that didn't seem to run for me as smooth as I would have liked is Frantic Inventory. I know there's a lot of mill in the meta, and this card makes a lot of sense. And the fact that it's an instant is great. But I do think there are some other draw effect cards that would be really good in this slot. Maybe even an opt. I wouldn't mind doing an opt just because it's 1 mana and you actually get to scry before you take the mana, or take the draw. So I think that might be a good fit here. It could be a little worse though, just because it would generate only a 1/1 shark token, and potentially we could get more off the inventory. So it's give and take both ways, but I do think that that's an option. I also think that Negate could probably be like a neutralize. That way we can actually hit more targets. But in a lot of cases, we only were left with 2 mana left on the board. And I think that Negate overall would be stronger. I personally think this is better this way, but it could be a neutralize. I want to let you guys make that decision for yourself, but there are other counter spells that make sense in this deck as well. So give those a look over, see if maybe if you guys run something that might be a little bit better. But I do think Negate right now, especially in the meta that we're currently in, makes a whole lot of sense to me. Really, it does. But that's it. I think the deck runs great. I think it's going to run great. I'm going to continue playing it for a little while and running it even more to see if I can't get up the ladder, maybe to diamond with this. We'll see down the road. I do have to make some more decks for you guys later this week, so I will be busy doing that. I might have to spend some time on this one again later down the road. But that brings us to the end of the video, which is I want to say thank you to all of you who've made it this far into the video. Almost an hour into the video, still hearing the sound of my voice. You guys know I like to give you guys a special shout out. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. You guys make this absolutely worth it. You know, posting as many videos as we can a week isn't exactly easy with a newborn baby here and my job, so it can be tough sometimes. And all the subscriptions and love that keeps coming in and pouring in, I see a light at the end of the tunnel, and I do want to say it's all thanks to you guys. And I really do appreciate it. So I always get sappy. If you're new here at the end of the videos, I usually get sappy. So sorry about that. But I do mean it. And I am very genuine when I say it. So thank you so much. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, God, what are you doing? I'm just kidding. Be sure to subscribe, guys. I'd really appreciate it. That's it for this video. We're out. We're going to do another video hopefully Wednesday for you. And we'll see you then. Peace.